7 News headlines: teenagers arrested in the city after a chase so fast they were pursued by the police helicopter. Mac Horton's Olympic dreams on the line tonight after only narrowly making a final. And the Prime Minister's heading back to London in the coming hours after meeting with world leaders at the G7. A new test that can measure the degree of hearing loss in babies is being called a life changer for both little ones and their parents. Using infrared light waves, it takes the guesswork out of choosing what kind of device will help.
9-month-old Charlie Klingen loves music.
And on his bum he had some shit.
He's making up for an early life spent in silence. At 6 weeks old, he was diagnosed with severe hearing loss and was fitted with a hearing aid.
What music's that, Dad?
Can you hear it, Charlie? We were lucky. If children don't get intervention before 6 months, they are delayed for pretty much the rest of their early life.
He'd been trialling a revolutionary new device called the Ear Genie. Developed at the Bionics Institute, it uses near-infrared light waves to measure hearing.
And so when it comes on, the brain activates and it will tell us that the baby's brain is actually listening to it.
The test is designed to be used in conjunction with a standard newborn hearing test and will enable babies to be treated as early as possible.
It can actually help clinicians know whether a hearing aid is actually the right treatment for the baby or whether they might need a cochlear implant.
It's taken 3 years to develop and refine the Ear Genie prototype. The device will soon undergo clinical trials with the hope it will be adopted in hearing clinics around the world by 2026. Sonia Marinelli, 7 News.
One of the world's most recognisable cars has been spotted touring Sydney streets. It took years to build with a target audience in mind, but a very different generation is snapping it up.
Once upon a 60s, when capes were cool, no one seemed to care about carbon emissions, and a mountain hideout with a moving cave door was considered inconspicuous. Batman's Batmobile was, and arguably still is, one of the most iconic cars on screen. This is a replica owned by Zach Mihailovich, the product of a childhood dream and a wealthy family.
An amazing stepdad and grandfather, and yeah, now I have a Batmobile. Oh, sorry about that.
And apparently a mobile phone. Oh, how times have changed.
Batman speaking.
This modern masterpiece is made of parts from the 1989 film, and whatever Zach couldn't buy, he built.
It's about 95% accurate to what the movie car is.
And while it looks like one big defect notice on wheels, it's not. It's entirely street legal.
I'll try and look suave doing it.
Zach uses it for charity drives for sick kids and rents it out to adventurous boomers.
I want to be Batman to your Robin, darling.
I want to drive to the moon.
The attention, though, can be a bit much.
Now you sort of don't want it. You just want to get home and get the car home safe.
Back to your Batcave, Zach. Your secret's safe with me. Tom Hartley, 7 News.
Now here's Sally with Sydney's weather.
Thank you very much, Mark. Well, it was pretty chilly across some parts of Sydney this morning, the mercury dipping to 0. But once the sun came out, things warmed up fairly quickly. We've reached a top just a smidge under 20 degrees in the city today. Big blue skies and dry westerly winds. As I said, it was nippy across some suburbs, 0 at Badgerys Creek, Camden and Richmond, but lashings of sunshine helped warm things up, with tops in the high teens for most. Now, thankfully, that rain is finally easing across those flooded parts of Victoria as the low-pressure system that has triggered all that wild weather is now pushing away to the south. It's about 500 kilometres off the east coast of Tasmania. Into the week, it'll continue to push away, although it will just send some brisk southerly winds in its wake along parts of that southeastern corner of the country, and that includes for the lower half of New South Wales. So we will just see a bit of cloud into there for tomorrow. Around the capital cities for tomorrow, though, clear as the story in Brisbane, a top of 23 degrees. A little bit of cloud through Canberra, Melbourne and Hobart. Adelaide looking mostly fine, a top of 20 degrees tomorrow. On the west coast in Perth, a top of 18 degrees with those showers starting to ease. Stepping in closer to New South Wales, temperatures will dip to freezing again across the northern tablelands tonight. -2 in Glen Innes, then a top of 14 degrees. Partly cloudy through the Illawarra, Wollongong heading for a top of 19 degrees tomorrow. That cloud along the coast could just trigger the odd shower or two. Also some showers across the ski fields. They might just fall as rain for Perisher, but they will fall as snow for Thredbo and Charlotte's Pass. Only a centimetre expected though, so nothing too much. Now, we'll drop down to 2 degrees in Richmond tonight. Our holiday Monday will be partly cloudy across Sydney, 18 degrees at Penrith and Liverpool and 17 degrees at Terry Hills and also along the coast at Bondi and Manly. On the water tomorrow, we've got westerly winds with a southerly swell increasing to 1.5 metres offshore. 8 degrees in the city this evening, 19 tomorrow for the last day of the long weekend. Tuesday, pretty much an almost identical situation, 19 degrees and partly cloudy is the story. Then we've got a weak change arriving on Wednesday. That's going to trigger some showers, particularly along the coastal areas, only 2 millimetres in that. No falls in the west. Into the back end of the week, then we've got another system pushing through, and that could be more significant with some heavier rainfall expected across the city, Mark.
Righto, Sally, thank you. That is 7 News for this Sunday. We'll have updates for you throughout the evening. I'm Mark Ferguson from all the team. I hope you have a great night.